Hey, I'm Seth Ulmer, Sales Manager at Curb Roller Manufacturing. In this video today, we're going to walk through the CM4000 or Curb Roller. This machine was designed and built by a contractor who was tired of the old way. In the past, there was 3 options for doing curb and gutter. You could use a big machine, you could set a face form, or you could shape it all by hand with a Darby. These options were either greatly expensive or highly labor intensive and left curb and gutter as something that was a loss leader on construction products and commonly excluded out of bids, limiting a contractor's scope of work. The curb roller was designed and built by a contractor who knew the difficulties involved in pouring it by hand and will increase production, reduce labor, and ensure a higher quality finished product on every job it's on. The curb roller was designed by contractors for contractors with the unique challenges that jobs, large and small, bring to contractors. From the beginning, when we introduced a few profiles to the market, Curb Roller has constantly listened to the feedback that contractors give us. As we do this, we've expanded what the machine can do. We now offer over 30 different profiles that are stocked and commonly manufactured. Most of those profiles are manufactured in many different sizes and shapes. This gives the contractor the ability to use the Curb Roller for the broadest possible scope of work, capitalizing on their investment in this platform. Today, we're going to take a closer look at many of the capabilities that the Curb Roller has to offer. We have several of the different configurations set up here. I've got the Curb Roller with a standard profile here, drum here. This is a drum that's capable of pouring concrete up to 32 inches from back of curb to edge of gutter. I've got a machine set up here with what we call our short profile. That's a very similar drum, but it's shortened, so it gives the machine the capability of pouring curb and gutter from the width of 24 inches from back of curb to edge of gutter. I've also got the Curb Roller with a sidewalk kit, which allows this same platform to adapt to become a small roller screed, and is most commonly used on sidewalks. This platform allows it to accept drums up to 6 feet wide and 6 inches deep. And then lastly, we have the Curb Roller over here in the monolithic configuration. This allows it to be used for a different scope of work, pouring curb and gutter when it is poured monolithically with paving in a parking lot or street application. Join me as we dive deeper into the various configurations and endless capabilities that CM4000 offers. Working with this machine in the field, we'll start where it connects to its hydraulic power source. Every machine, as mentioned, comes with the large flat face couplers. Also standard on the machine is 25 foot of hydraulic hose. This hose is wrapped in a protective cloth wrapping. You can plug this into an available hydraulic power unit, such as our HydroPack, or you can plug this into any available skid loader, mini excavator, or similar machine that offers the auxiliary hydraulic power. With the flow control block that comes provided, this flow control block regulates so that the flow necessary to run the machine and no more has access to the machine. The Curb Roller requires 5 gallons a minute at 2200 PSI, and most of your larger machines that you could plug this into will give you much more flow. By providing this flow control block with the machine as a standard option, we help ensure that you're going to protect your investment in the Curb Roller and in the larger machine by regulating that flow. A couple key features to remember on the CM4000 is the lifting point here. It's designed to run a strap or chain through to move the machine on and off formwork or into a truck or trailer when transporting it. We also have an auxiliary handle on this end of the machine. The handle is designed to assist if two people are moving the machine and give a safe access, safe lifting point on this end of the machine. It also has a built-in system here where the hose can be affixed if the hose needs to run to the gutter side when the machine is operation. This helps avoid the hose from dragging or disforming concrete that's already been poured and shaped. This auxiliary handle can also be used if they're in a tight corner and the operator needs assistance, which is generally going to happen when they're running around a tight radius. Using two people to maneuver the machine around a tight radius is the safest and most productive use of the curb roller. As we move into the machine in operation, the machine is powered by this variable speed directional valve. When the operator is using the machine, they can control this direction of the spin and the speed that the drum is spinning, all through this valve right here. It's imperative for the safety of the operator and for everyone on the job site that the function of this be done from the curb roller and not from an auxiliary power source if they're running it off something like a loader or excavator. If we look closer here, this valve is going to power the machine on by rotating it to the right or possibly to the left. The most crucial safety component on this machine is this neutral tab. If I'm operating this machine and have an issue and need to shut it off quickly, I will just throw this valve back. Before each pour, it's the responsibility of the operator to ensure that the neutral tab is in the correct position and is tightly affixed with the black knob. This will ensure the best and safest production and results when working with the curb roller. Before this drum was purchased, the profile should have been verified with what is required on the site it's designed to be used on. Curb roller offers numerous profiles and can also custom manufacture profiles to the specifications required. If we look closer at this drum right here, we've got our number 8 profile. This profile has a 3-inch radius top and bottom and a 6-inch neck on the head of the curb. This neck and the width is directly involved with where the guide ring is set on this drum. If we take a look at a guide ring here off a drum, we'll see that it has 4 Allen set screws, which are going to keep that in place when it's affixed on a drum. Now this provides 2 main capabilities. Number 1, this is a wear part that over time will grow thin and need replaced. And number 2, you can vary the width you are using for the curb roller head. So if I need a 4-inch head or a 6-inch head, I will move this guide ring up or down the neck of the drum to affix it in the correct position to produce the curb and gutter that I'm looking for. Also in the same area is this drum sweep. I've got another drum sweep here as well. It's a plastic piece that is over the top of the drum. This helps us produce a pocket of cream and concrete on the top of this machine, and when it's in use, this ensures the highest quality finish on the head of the curb. This drum sweep, if you're going to move the guide ring in, will need to be trimmed to the correct dimension to allow that guide ring to be moved in. This can be accomplished with something as simple as a utility knife to allow the correct measurements for that guide ring to be where you need it to. This is also a wearable replacement part and can be purchased if needed. Machines will come standard from the factory with an operator's belt. This belt assists the operator, to pull and maneuver the machine. Once the handles are in the correct position to operate the machine, the operator will attach the operator's belt to the machine. This gives the operator the most flexibility to have hands on the machine or to control the in and the out as they move along the formwork while using their body weight to do the pulling. Using your body weight to do the pulling takes all the work out of your shoulders and arms and puts it into your legs, which is the most ergonomic and will provide the most ease to the operator. As we take a closer look into the drum that's affixed to this machine, let's take a step back and walk through how this drum is made. We manufacture these drums out of mild steel, and they are designed to have a lifespan of somewhere around 30,000 linear feet. We have a tube that's affixed to a spinning on this that gives us the shape and uniformity that the curb roller is known for. Through the life process of a curb and gutter drum, eventually there will be some wear. We see this commonly happening on the gutter side where the drum meets the gutter form. Because that diameter of the drum is the widest part of the drum, it will wear the quickest of this assembly. Typically, as I stated before, most contractors will get a minimum of 30,000 linear feet. We do have a 3-year limited warranty on these profiles, and if you have an issue with one before that time, we can take care of that. Curb rollers are most commonly used in projects such as streets or parking lots. Contractors find that in any given area, there may be a standard profile. It is a common phrase from a contractor working in an area to say, hey, I just need a standard profile for my machine. It's important to know that throughout the states, cities, countries, and the world, there are thousands of different profiles. At Curb Roller Manufacturing, we have over 30 stock profiles that we keep on the shelf at all times. Most of those profiles are similar to different curb and gutter profiles throughout the United States and the world. As we take a closer look at the drum profiles that are suitable with the curb roller, we stock 3 main types. We have a standard profile, we have a short profile, and then we have a monolithic profile. The standard profile is going to vary in the height and head width, but common to all the standard drums is the ability to pour a minimum of 32 inches of curb and gutter, from back of curb to edge of gutter. As we move over to our short drums, the maximum capacity for these drums is 24 inches from the back of curb to the edge of gutter. They will again vary in height and head width, but this capability allows the drum to be used on smaller pours. Different areas require different demands. We find some areas of the country pour mostly wider curb and gutter, and some pour mostly narrow curb and gutter. So you may ask, why would I want a standard over a short drum? The main answer is what is most common in your area. Curb and gutter is poured in many different widths. If you are in an area where they pour what would be referenced as a B612 or a barrier curb, a 6-inch barrier curb with a 12-inch gutter, it is going to be more difficult to utilize a standard profile because you have so much drum sticking over the edge of the form that is not being used and then acts as a negative balance to make the machine more difficult to operate. Whereas with the short profile, because the drum is shorter, it has the proper balance to use on a B612 or a B618 curb and gutter. The monolithic, this drum is something that takes you into a completely different sphere and capability with the curb roller. It's designed to allow the machine to balance on one form. Typically, contractors are going to use this platform when they're using the machine to pour monolithic curb in conjunction with the paving. As we have now reviewed our standard, stock, and monolithic profiles, when you purchase any of these in a stock configuration, they will come standard with a matching curb tool. Now, some people may call this a mule, a goose, or a fly, but the essential importance is that this will ensure a uniform finish shape with anyone doing finish work behind the machine. This helps avoid any distortion that might come from trying to fix any minor imperfections behind the machine. We offer this curb tool in a handheld profile, and as I stated, this will come standard with any stock drum, but we can also provide it in a walking profile. This allows the tool to be connected to a pole and the operator to walk along the curb rather than kneel or bend over. Utilizing these will again improve the process, increase the production, and ensure a higher quality finished product. Knowing that curb and gutter in every state and around the world has been poured miles and miles by hand with the Derby means that contractors will commonly need profiles of drums that Curb Roller does not stock. We do have the ability to custom fabricate and deliver drums for virtually any application of curb and gutter. Let's look at some of the other configurations that the Curb Roller has to offer with the Sidewalk Kit and the Monolithic Kit. As we look closer at this machine in the monolithic configuration, let's go over the parts and pieces. We have a monolithic drum, which as you'll notice is very short and is not designed to really finish much or any of the gutter. We have the bracket on the shaft and the skid plate that's designed to ride on the wet concrete on what is typically the gutter side. If we look over here, we've got another bracket with a kickstand designed to handle the counterweight. As we look at this counterweight, this is designed to take the leverage and put it where it needs to be when this machine is in operation. This counterweight affixes to this kickstand and puts all of the weight right here on the form and guide ring where you want it. As you use this machine in a monolithic configuration, you will only have the option to walk right outside the form, as you will have wet concrete inside. This allows you, with the counterweight, it allows you to have the correct balance to operate the machine at a level consistency, shaping and finishing that curb. Also included on the skid plate is the guide chain. This chain helps you set the attack angle or elevation on the skid plate to the correct height, so as you're pulling the machine along, it's not going to dig in or ride high, but follow that existing pavement and with a nice level process. Using the monolithic setup on the Curb Roller will broaden the capabilities of this machine platform. If it's something you do extensively, you may want to look at the Curb Maker Badger, which is specifically designed for this function and gives you a bit more maneuverability and options when it comes to monolithic curb. Now, with the Sidewalk Kit, we offer 3 different drum sizes. We have a size for 4-foot, 5-foot, or 6-foot sidewalk. This enables the Curb Roller again to be used for a broader scope of work and gets more bang for your buck when you purchase this machine. Some of the other things that this Sidewalk Kit can be used for is in conjunction with custom drums. This platform, the CM4000 Curb Roller, is capable of widths up to 6 feet and depth up to 6 inches. So we have seen contractors use much wider drums than a standard 32-inch standard drum, or drums that can produce a flume or something else that is outside its normal scope of work. With custom drums, there's a very broad scope that we look at. If you look back in the history of curb and gutter, the vast majority was shaped by hand, manually, by men who were skilled in shaping that with the Derby. As the years have progressed, most of it is now performed with large slip-form machines. But because of the demands in certain areas and certain projects, there's still a large amount that is not conducive to using a large machine. In that, contractors utilize a smaller machine like the Curb Roller with the combination of our ability to produce custom drums per a spec. If you look throughout any given city, county, or state, you'll find there are a myriad of different sizes and shapes of curb and gutter. We can match to virtual perfection a drum to your specific needs. This process can take some time, so always remember to do your work ahead of time if you're approaching a job that needs a custom profile. If you find a job that has a requirement that's deeper than 6 inches or broader than 6 feet, that's when we can provide other custom capabilities, whether it be a larger machine such as our CM4100 or even a machine custom built for the process. Curb Roller Manufacturing is an expert in the area of shaped concrete, especially when it comes to custom and niche products. If you have a project that requires an odd configuration or custom profile or something that seems too difficult to produce in any other way, contact your local Curb Roller dealer or our sales staff to see if we can provide an innovative solution to solve your needs.